This week, I am gonna be doing a mod that is kind of unconventional. I'm not sure if it ever has been done before. Maybe it has. But I certainly have thought about doing this a long time ago, but I just never have gotten a chance to do it until now. So this is what I want to do. I have a 10th gen Honda Civic, and the OEM brake lights on that car is a halogen 7440. What I'd like to do is this. I would like to replace the stock or OEM 7440 halogen with lighting module that is designed and made for headlights. Am I crazy? Maybe. But it's my car. I'm gonna do whatever I want. This is an H1 LED headlight. These guys are a lot brighter. I want to find out if I can kind of fit this into the existing brake light unit. I gotta maybe fabricate something and fit that in. The whole point is I want to make this brighter when I step on the brakes. Especially, you know, there are some certain situations on a sunny day, the sun's behind you and you have some moron just want to tailgate you. So that's kind of dangerous. So, but before I can even figure out how to fit this in, I need to find out what kind of current or power consumption this guy is drawing compared to this guy. If they're somewhat similar, then we're safe. Because the last thing you want to do is plug something in your car that is drawing a lot more power or unsafe, and you're gonna have blown fuses, burnt wire, and something might happen to, I don't know. I don't want to say catch fire, but who knows? If they're really different, then I'm not even gonna bother do it because that's just a safety thing. So we're gonna find that out. All right, so I got the 7440 hooked up on both terminals, positive, negative, to a power supply. So as soon as I hit this button, it's gonna light up. It's gonna tell me what voltage and amps it's gonna use, or power consumption. So here we go. All right, let's see. 13.8 at 1.9 amps of the stock halogen. All right, now is the LED's turn. .8 volts at 1.7. So this is a little surprising. Despite that it is brighter than the halogen, it's actually drawing less power. That's simply because, I guess, is because this LED is a lot more efficient when it comes to power usage. So what I want to do is, I think I'm gonna go to Honda and buy a few more of these connectors because I don't want to mess with the original one. What I think I want to do is cut these off, the legs off, and drill a hole and big enough to allow the base of this LED to fit through. But the main thing I want to focus is this though. You see this little filament? If I'm lining them up, I want the filament to be lighting up in the same position, the same area as the LED module. So it's got to be the same height because we want to maximize the reflectors inside. So I think I'm looking at something like this. This is the right height, if you will, the height offset. I'm gonna get a few of these connectors, line them up like this. This is gonna be as high as it goes, right about here. So they will light up from the same spot inside the brake light housing. Okay, I got the adapter here. So I guess what I want to do now is to cut these off down here and after I cut these off, I'm going to start drilling a hole in the middle. Got my caliper here, 12 millimeter, or about 12 and a half. Doesn't have to be exact, so once we get close enough we can slow down the drilling and we'll go a little bit at a time. First things first, I'm gonna have to cut these off all the way around and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the plastic drilled out, cut off. So I just have to get this metal stuff out of here, and then we can start drilling in the middle. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this off camera because I'm gonna need a good flat surface to do this. So we got the metal connectors out, so I pulled them out. I guess what I need to do is to the middle section here, I need to get this smooth flat out so I can start drilling. And then the size, I'm gonna have to find out how much I want to shave down so the LED will sit at the same spot where the filament would have illuminate. I got the first smallest drill bit into the middle, and we're just gonna go up in size as we go. Once we get it big enough, then we can use a grinding tool from Dremel and make the hole bigger in the middle. We're up to 1/4 inch in size, so we're just gonna keep going to make this a little bigger. Then we're gonna grind this out with the Dremel tool and clean up the bottom, and then we'll have our little adapter. We just have to test fit it as we go.
2 hours later.
Alright, so now I have both adapters drilled out. I have already test fitted outside. It fits snugly, not tight, so it doesn't move, so it's pretty tight. But I'm still gonna glue it down. The reason I want to glue it down is because, you know, even though it's pretty tight and all that, this is a little bit heavier than the halogen bulb, you know, and it's not entirely secure. So I don't want to take any chance, you know, where it's gonna rattle, come off, and this touch the positive and negative and stuff like that, and take any chance. So what if it one day, you know, it burns out? I'll just buy another set. These LEDs, headlights, LEDs are pretty cheap these days. The adapters certainly really cheap. The reason I don't want to glue it down now is because if you pay attention to the adapter where the halogen's supposed to go, you know, or OEM, this notch here on top is bigger than the other three. So if you can see that. So there's a certain way that it goes in and turn and lock it. So I don't know where this notch is located. Once we take the tail light unit out, then we can see it. The point is, we want to line up the LED lighting module from to shine top and bottoms to reflect the light, whereas the halogen it shines, you know, pretty much at 360. So this is a little bit of a challenge. So you don't want to shine, you know, have the thing shine sideways, you know, left to right. You want to go up and down, because if you look at the housing, you see all the reflectives inside. You know, that's the optimal angle to shine through, to reflect the light. And so we're gonna go outside and take that off, and we're gonna fit it, see which angle I have to line up. All right, now we're outside. Let's just take this brake light module out and see what we're dealing with here. So what I was saying earlier, you want that LED module to shine up and down, so it will reflect all the way around. So you don't want to go sideways, you want to reflect up and down. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock this way, I don't know, but I want to do up and down, straight up and down, like 12 to 6. I just found out something. Remember how I was saying inside that I think I want to glue this down, but now I found out that I have to glue this down once I put this thing into here. And the reason is this, I'll show you. With the OEM, right, where this light bulb goes into here, that you put it in and you turn and lock it, what happens is, I just found out that with the new adapter, I have nothing on the outside to grab onto to turn it, to lock it, or unturn it to unlock it. Did I just say unturn? That's not even a word. Anyway, so once I put this through, if I try to turn it, it's just gonna spin. Maybe it spin a little bit. So now I must glue it down. So you learn something every day. You don't know it until you do it, right? All right, so this is a little see these little two semi-white thing here. These are a little gasket that comes with it, so it will make it even more snug. But I'm still gonna have to glue it down, just like I said. I have to, because then I will be able to turn once it's inside. I mean, I swear, like every time I come out here to do a video, my neighbors mow the lawn. You know, like seriously. I love them. But anyway, so I figured out which way it has to go. So it's gonna go this way. So when you lock it, it shines up and down. I already figured out the notch. The big notch is gonna go onto the outside of the car. I'm on the left side right now, the left tail light, so it's gonna go this way. All right, let me glue this down. I pretty much get one shot to do this. If I do this wrong, I gotta start over. Get it all the way around. I might be even using too much, but anyway. All right, so go this way. Alright, that's in the angle that I wanted. So let this sit. I'm not going to touch it. And then we'll go from there. I don't know. What do you think? 15 minutes? I hope. So what I'm doing now is also kind of tuck some of these super glue under the back. So it kind of goes around everywhere, so it should secure the whole thing from ever being moved. Like I said earlier, if this burns out, I just buy another set. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call Honda tomorrow and order more, and get the next set of adapters and headlights set up when it burns out. Or, you know, I have to stock one. If it burns out, I just open it, plug the halogen back in for a couple of days, and I should be good to go, so I don't get pulled over, you know. All right, we're gonna let this dry out. I'm gonna put a little bit more here on this side. Before we put this in, we're gonna have to clean out with alcohol at the lighting module, just to have it all squeaky clean. All right, we're gonna let this guy sit outside for at least 15-20 minutes. I am such an impatient person sometimes. I love it. Look at this. It's like, God, come on, man, just let it sit, will you? All right, there's one thing I want to show you guys. What I was saying earlier in the video was that I wanted to have the lighting filament on the right, on the OEM, where it tops on the top here, it's still lined up where the LED is going to shine as well. I mean, it's a little bit longer, but I line it up in the middle. So the point is, or the goal is, to have where it illuminates at the same or very close position where it would shine. So when I got the adapter, however I shaved down the bottom when I cut this out, I already, you know, lined up to have it ideally this way. So this is the optimum, or the optimal where it will shine. I'm sure Honda did their homework with the lighting team or optics team. They wouldn't just tell you to shove a bulb in there. They did their homework. So they already have this lined up where it's gonna shine the most, you know, ideal and at the optimal state. So this is what I want to show you. So this is still drying. So we're gonna let it go for a few more minutes, and then we'll try to plug it in and go from there. Alright, so this is pretty dry now, so I'm just gonna spray some alcohol here, just to clean up the lighting module in case we got any grease or dirt on it. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Clean this up. Alright, so let's plug this in. Let's see, so we're gonna go, the notch is up here. We're gonna go in and turn, and they're locked. Perfect. So now if we look at the front, it should be shining up and down. See that? So that's what we wanted. All right, let's plug these in and see what it looks like when it is electrified. I just came back into the house and I just realized I forgot something. These two things, I need to get them connected to the existing wiring that comes out of the car. The wiring that comes out of the car is a little too female that these two would not be able to tap into to get connection. So what I'm going to do is I have another adapter here, but I already pulled if you can see, I pulled the legs out. So I'm going to get the soldering gun, solder the positive and negative to here. You see these little two pins here? The way it's going to go is from the wire from the car to here, and then from here goes to the LED. So I got my soldering gun, wet sponge, and some flux. So I'm going to do this off camera because I'm by myself, and I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do that, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now it's solder. So I have both negative and positive solder. Not the best soldering job, but it's okay, it's good. To prevent them ever touching, what I'm gonna use some of these putty. I'm gonna stick plenty of them down there and just jam them in there and keep them separated, and I'm gonna wrap them up with electrical tape. I just pack a load of that blue putty in between the terminals inside. Now that I think about it, next time if I want to do this project again or something similar, I'm gonna get heat shrink tubing. I didn't think it out all the way through this time, but next time I will do that. But this should be good enough. They look okay. They're not the exactly rich red color like traffic light red. It's a little bit off to the orange side, but they're a lot brighter though. It's still daytime, so we're gonna wait until the sun goes down and see what they look like at night. I can't wait.
12 o'clock midnight.
So it has been a couple of days since I did the mod. I have driven the car out at night a few times. I can definitely tell you that it is a lot brighter. when I look into my rearview mirror, especially when I see the street signs light up, they're brighter and they come on immediately. So I'm happy with it. Alright, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe. That will help my channel out a lot. And guess what? My neighbors mowed the lawn again. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you soon. Take care.